Hey, and welcome to the show. This show is brought to you by Patreon members like you.
Thank you for being a Patreon member.
As a Patreon member, you get a video of the podcast that we put out twice a month.
Now, on with the show. Are you gonna record?
I didn't record. Yep, we got record.
How you guys doing today, guys? What's up, Adam? What's up, Wayne, Mark? Hi from Seattle.
Brian was actually on Saturday.
Brian Mitchell. Yeah.
Brian, really?
Brian.
Brian.
We know a lot of Brians.
Brian, yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, what's up?
But yeah, he was on. He was gonna be on today.
Hey, Rafa.
He had other plans, so he came on Saturday's show. Hey, Lewis.
Stuck at work.
CD's on the way.
Well, what's up, Jeff? Jeff Smith's in the house. Luis from Portugal. What's up, man?
Matthew Stringfield was the winner of the audio control amplifier, and we're still waiting for him to respond to our calls. So, Matthew, if you're watching, go to YouTube and respond. Thank you.
Go to YouTube. Yeah.
Here.
What's up, Justin? Mike?
How was your weekend?
That's pretty good.
Why am I trying to turn this on? Turn me on. That was silly.
Yeah, that was good.
Was it?
What's up, Luis? Yeah, no, that was good. Nothing crazy. How was your weekend? What did you do?
I sat on the couch and watched movies all weekend.
Oh, that sounds good.
It was great. It was wonderful. I watched Netflix. I watched.
Oh, that's nice, man. I like it.
Oh, High 10.
It's not a High 10 in the
over
truck.
The weekend. There you go.
Cool.
I think I saw a picture. Yeah, where? Anyway, so I watched Dracula, and I watched Aaron Fernandez story, and then on
Aaron.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I just want to say, Jeff is a jerk. Himself 79.90.
Oh yeah, they're talking about the Alpine over there. Yeah. Anyway, so I watched that, and then I also watched Hunters. So on Dracula's awesome. Dracula was awesome. The twist in that was really cool. So I was digging that.
Sí, Rafael, definitivamente. Si en realidad quieres mantenerte con el Alpine hace un DSP que es un amplificador también. Es el PXE 0850S. Perfecto para el Halo que tú tienes.
Hummer in the house. Yeah, we have.
Dracula is awesome. That's what Ada says.
Yeah, I saw that. So we have a second
What's up,
generation
Brandon?
Hummer in here.
Brandon Green.
Most people haven't even seen this. How was Hunters was. The air's probably not on. Hunters was cool. I really enjoyed it. It's kind of like a kind of like almost like a Quentin Tarantino, but not Quentin Tarantino because it wasn't as gory and silly, but it had some of that silly stuff that went on in the background. But the story was really good, and there was very little silly. So like the silly to story ratio was like very little silly and a bunch of story, and the ending was like, what? Oh my God, you're kidding me. So definitely want to check it out if you're into doing that.
Marty
Dean, Mr. AussieIrons.us in the house. What's going on?
Eric Russell.
Went to Cirque du Soleil. Oh, that's cool. I like
really?
going to that. So they're getting ready to. Oh, did you watch the entire series? Yes. That's why I have a headache and I didn't edit a video. So I watched the whole thing. So I
haven't watched that, Mark Thomas.
What's that?
Right here. I haven't
watched
Narcos?
It.
Yes, yeah. I watched the older series.
It's too much work, man. I can't do the whole read the subtitles.
Oh my God! Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of subtitles.
I can't do that. That's way too hard for me. I want to just kind of like be half awake when I'm watching these things and be like,
Hang on, what's this? Do you watch the?
No, yeah, I answered that. Yeah. Is Rockford coming out with? What did that say? Scroll down. Is Rockford coming out with 6 or 8 channel amp? 5 is most on their page. That's it. So what you see is what you get when it comes to Rockford. They are that's not to say that next year or the year after.
Right.
But right now, the only thing that there's nothing that they've told us, and that's because we're not under NDA with them yet. But Eric, 5-channel amp is the largest Rockford has at the time.
There you go.
So Eric Russell, of course, is Mr. Rockford Fosgate, and
That's
if he
right.
says, and where you should be looking at that is at the time.
At the time.
Because that's usually where the gray area is in the conversations. Yeah. But, you know, and the funny thing is, I hated The Mandalorian. I'm just going to straight out say it. Baby Yoda screwed that whole series for me. Aaron Hernandez is awesome. Dude, Haley and I watched that, and Haley was intrigued and watched it with me, which I got to be honest with you, that's a tough one to do because she's not into that kind of thing. But what made her into it was because she's into crazy because she wants to be a shrink.
I'm 5'1".
And
5'1"?
Yeah, you're 5'1".
Probably 5'1".
Yeah, I'm 5'8" or 9, something like that. But no, the Aaron Hernandez story is awesome. To think,
Johnny.
Yeah, you gotta watch it because, wow, dude, that was crazy.
That was crazy.
Wiley, Texas, in the house.
That's
hey
right.
guys, got a 17 Civic doing a T1005 and a T Slims 12. Oh, there you go. I'm building a ported box.
Nice.
That'll be nice. That T1 Slim is nice in the ported box. I'm sorry, T112. Yeah, slim ported box. Looks good.
High five, Vegas in the hole.
And I think that was before they went to the new digital over copper system in that. And Sexers, yes, I think that's why he... No, I think there was a lot more going on in his life than that.
Oh, that was more about that,
You know, the thing with the Aaron Hernandez story, and there again, sorry, this is movie talk with 5-Star Car Stereo. It was like there was no one thing that you could point out and go, that's what did it.
No.
No, that guy had so many problems in his life that... Yeah. My question is this. This is what that puzzles me, and this has to do with I like the NFL. Yeah, I like Mandalorian a lot. Really, a lot. Like okay, maybe, but not a lot. This is what puzzles me about the NFL. This is an organization of men. Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
That are spaghetti westerns. So this is an organization of men at the movies with 5-star. Thank you. That are the top 1% of their group. Meaning these guys are all 1%ers as far as athletes are concerned, and we still get the crazy ones. Okay.
Well, but you always get the crazy ones. It's like Car Stereo.
But
you always get the crazy ones.
Yeah, but you look at the guys that didn't make it, and you look at the guys that made it, and it's like that one. There's that one little thing.
I like that one.
Yeah, right.
Got more issues than Playboy.
Oh, no doubt about it.
That's crazy.
Was it Kenwood who was bringing back Toshlink and head units, or was it others? Right now, the only Toshlink and others is going to be
the
Stinger
10-inch.
with the
No.
That doesn't have Toshlink.
No,
they're not bringing back Toshlink.
My bad. I
No
was thinking about HDMI.
one has the Toshlink other than the high 10 and the Elevate from Stinger. That's it. That's the guys. People are crazy no matter what
And of course
percentage.
the Sony, the GS9.
Yeah, the GS9, but that's not a screen. Yeah. People are crazy no matter what percentage, and I agree with that, Ed. I just look at like, I look at like who made it and who didn't. Did y'all watch Leaving Neverland? That one was dark and heavy. No, I'll have to check that out. I only get RS GS9. I only get like one day a month that I can do something silly like that, and I just try to make the most of it. So like I watched the Dracula Saturday night, so I was up to like 2, and I slept in, and then we watched Aaron Hernandez in the morning, and then I didn't do anything, and then I started watching Hunters until 4 o'clock this morning, and I just sat there and watched the whole thing. It was like way too much. And on HBO, that's why I haven't watched it. And that was it. It was like, okay, now I have enough TV and I'm all good.
He didn't have issues. He has subscriptions.
Well, the Full Cal Flax 3-inch mid-range fit into a 2 3/4 mid location on a 2019 Silverado. Ooh, it's not really. That's a small. The Flax is smaller because we know, unlike the Toyotas, there is a little bit of modification you have to do, but it still gets in there.
Yeah.
Man, I honestly don't know. I don't think I've ever tried it, but I'm pretty sure you can probably get it in there. It's going to be a little bit of work, but it's not going to be drop in. But it'll
hey,
go in
Giovanni!
there. Any advice installing an Alpine ILX W650 in a 2013 Jeep Wrangler? Yeah, go on to packparts.com not Pack Audio, Pack Parts, and order the Jeep brackets for that. It's the same ones that come in the WRA ILX 207. You can buy just the brackets. Those things are phenomenal, and yeah, they're totally worth it. If you can't find them there, you can give Paul a call and he'll ship you out a pair. They're expensive, but they're worth it.
Okay, so I don't think the flash will fit. Well, I guess the Toyota's different. Yeah.
Toyota's different, but
Yeah.
I don't have a flax with me, but I mean we have the laser cut of that. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I don't know.
What's up,
I mean,
bro?
that's the thing. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, you could always, if you have a dealer in your part of town, pull your dash apart, pull the speaker out,
Yeah,
and
just try
walk
to
out
make
there
it
and be
fit.
like, hey, I want to buy these from you guys, and buy them from them and see if they fit.
Right.
That's what I would do. What's up, Jeff?
No, it's definitely not. It's gonna be just a drop in. You gotta make
Oh, yeah,
something.
you're gonna have to
gotta
work.
cut.
Butterworth, Linkwitz Riley, and other crossover filters. What are the different similarities between them? What are you kidding me? So really the easy answer for that is Linkwitz Riley 24 dB crossover if you're going active. That's what you do. If you know Butterworth 12 dB if you're going passive, and that's simple enough. You can throw that one in there. It has to do, 612, 1824. Dude, this is like, we could spend all night talking on that, but really what it has to do is where the crossover point is for the two drivers. So let's say like a Butterworth 12 dB, at the crossover point where they physically cross over, not filter, you get a problem. Okay, it's usually some form of a boost or cut. You can have polarity issues. There are things that happen there. So a lot of the times you'll see these manufacturers make those big passive crossovers, and the tweeter is out of polarity with the mid-range, and you'll be like, what the heck? What are these guys, stupid? No, they have a 12 dB Butterworth crossover in there, and they're trying to fix the issue that happens. So they put the tweeter 180 degrees out of phase with the mid-range, or polarity with the mid-range. Got to be real particular on that. Some of you guys are real sensitive to phase versus polarity. So you have to flip the tweeter 180 degrees out of polarity with the mid-range, and then that fixes the dip you'd get at the crossover point so that everything is linear and nice and flat and sounds good. It's all going to arrive at your head and be correct. It's just, that's how you do it. So if you caught like the Hertz Milli Legends that we just put into the F-150 Raptor this past week, all the Milli Legends and the Pros are, even in the coaxial, the tweeter's 180 degrees out of polarity with the mid-range because they're trying to fix that Butterworth 12 dB crossover. If you're going to go full active on that, then you'd be Linkwitz Riley 24-bit. So, like I said, this is one of those things. I have a giant book. You could read it if you like. Stop by.
All right. For harnesses, where you can find harness, metraonline.com. Access, if you're actually looking for the T harnesses for your car, check those out.
So there again, like I had a guy I was talking with this weekend, and he was trying to find an amplifier harness for a Chevy, and I literally went on amplifier bypass harness for Chevy, and it came up with like 8 different Metra harnesses, and I was like, I just sent him a link to the page and said, chances are it's going to be one of these. So what we do
Dave?
is,
Dave,
love your work, as always.
Yep.
Awesome. So when you're trying to find a T-harness, the first thing you need to do is find out what your factory harness looks like. That's key. People go, what does it look like? I don't know. Pull it out and look. Take a picture of it. Find out first what it looks like, okay? So unscrew the dash, pull the radio out, take a picture of it. Then, when you go to places like metraonline.com or you go to pack-audio.com, you can see, okay, this is like, for example, like some of the Hyundai's, Kias, they don't have T-harnesses for, but they sell the BHO or the BHA or the 70s or the 71s. Those are the prefixes. So like Metra uses 70 dot whatever, or they use 71 dot whatever. 70 goes into the car, 71 goes into the back of the radio. And you can buy both of those harnesses and make your own T-harness. So, and then the other, the other thing we do is we'll search for Bluetooth harnesses, because in Europe, you have to have Bluetooth in the car in order to use your phone. If you don't have it and you get caught doing this, guess what? You get a ticket. So you have to have Bluetooth if you're going to have any phone anywhere visible. So Or at least that's what they're telling me. So we'll find Bluetooth harnesses. So when we first started doing this, Car AV was the company that was making Bluetooth harnesses in Europe, and we would buy those, and it would take a week and a half, 2 weeks to get here. That's what we did. And like one of the harnesses that we bought from them was for like a Volvo, but we don't ever do Volvos, but that was the same harness that GM uses for, I don't know, pretty much every car that they have when there's an amplifier or something like that involved.
Yep.
So we would buy those and just repurpose them for whatever we wanted them to do. So
yeah. What's up, Victor? How come you didn't know to read the Alpine catalog?
oh, jeez.
I know. Okay, so Hi-Fi Vega has a question. 2013 Hyundai Sonata SC stock system. Do I need to sum the signal, or can I put a regular line level from the speaker out from behind the head unit? Well, we're gonna test it.
So the first thing you do is, what do we have coming out of the radio? So is it a base model or is it a premium model? That's the first thing we need to find out. So if it's a base model, you essentially have front, rear, left, right coming out of the factory radio. In that case, you buy a high level to low level adapter, you T-harness it in, and you're golden. You don't have to do anything else. Yeah. Now, if it has the factory premium sound system, that's where things get exciting. Now we have to find out how many channels we have bass. Okay, so bass. So good. So yeah, get something like an LC7i, a nice high level to low level, DSR1, a Helix Mini DSP, or just get an audio control, call Chris and be like, hey buddy, can I get a D 4.800? Love ya. We'll talk about you for like a month on the show. Anyways, so those will give you what you need to get that. But you want to get a good high level to low level adapter. And what separates something like an audio control or a WaveTech or anything like that, as opposed to just getting a inexpensive high level to low level adapter, is that they're designed to take the signal in, keep it as clean as humanly possible, because they're doing the conversion electronically as opposed to just transformers or resistors, and then they're amplifying it back out. So what comes in comes out, it's clean, so shit, poop in, poop out, but they're not adding more poop to it.
Alright, so any updates on how to meet you guys on K-Fest on Indy? Are you guys coming back to Islamology in June?
We're not coming back for Slamology in June, because June is the only month we have nothing planned, and we have to probably get some work done, because in July we'll be gone again for vacation. I know, right?
But on Indy, we're going to be
at the hotel. We're going to be at the convention center. Which will give you the information. If you're in downtown Indy, where the convention center is, it's the Indianapolis Convention Center. We're going to get there at I think we get in at 8:30 in the morning. Oh, okay. So we'll be if you want to drive up and see us. There again, if you friend me on Facebook, or which is the easiest way to get hold of me, because Facebook easy. Messenger beeps all the time, and I just go, okay. Then yeah, you can drive, come see us, let us know you're on the way, and we'll be freezing our butts off, and we'll be in the hotel, we'll say hi.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's the easiest way to get hold of us.
That's right. All right. Let me find and slow with Ada. And a show with Ada. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, we're gonna be doing a show with Ada.
Hey, Jorge.
Like I said, Ada, we're getting in Thursday at 8:30 in the morning. We have a direct flight. Yeah. So there was 2 direct flights. One was early and one was up. Bill, what's up? Oh, Bill dropped off some more CDs. There's 3 more CDs sitting on the Kleenex box.
Nice.
We're gonna be doing. We'll see you in Indy. Brandon, no doubt. Of course, we'll see you in Indy.
Yeah, that's definitely.
We'll come by the MECP booth and say hi.
That's it.
Is Paul factory direct dealer? Paul is factory direct on everything that he sells. We buy an absorbent amount of products. So yeah. 2018 Q50 Nambo 6-speaker stock. Where to get the speaker wires for integration into the DSR1? Behind the radio? Or is there available in... No. Alright, so if it's a non-amplified, non-Bose, 6-speaker stereo, that means that the tweeter and the mid-range are going to be on the same thing. You're going to go behind the radio, and behind the radio is actually where the CD player is, not the screen. So it's going to be the down-low piece. That's the tuner. And more than likely, there again, like we talked about, pull it apart, take a picture of the plug. More than likely, that's going to be the basic Nissan harness that they've been using forever.
More CDs?
Yeah, more CDs, baby.
It's always more CDs, man.
More CDs. Nuts.
What's up, Fabio?
Dusty. Bobby didn't let me down. So that would be the easiest place to get it. Now, if you really I don't want to pull the radio out. It scares me. It's a big, I totally understand that. The other place you can get the speaker wires and this is what we do a lot of the times when, there again, we don't want to get into the dash, is the speaker wires are at the speakers. Now, in the front of the car, they're in the kick panels. So in the kicks, the front of the kicks, there's going to be wires coming and they're going to go. If you can grab the wire in the kick panel, okay, and of course in the rear speaker, whether it's in the rear deck or the side panel, whichever one it has, you can grab the speaker wire there. So what you would do is you would mount your whatever you're going to do, and you would run wire up to the kick panels, which is going to be your feed wire, and then out of the amplifier, you're going to run 2 more wires up to the kick panel, which is going to be into your doors, because we understand that one was one of those things that it's like, you're not running wires into that door.
Hey, Jose Rivera. Okay. ¿Cómo estás, Jose? Real quick. Matthew here.
You need to reach out to me and send me the email address, your mailing address. So I put a link in your comment on the YouTube channel. If not, then here, Facebook friend me, and I'll get to you. But I just need your home address so I can mail you the amplifier.
Because you are the winner.
You're the winner.
You're the winner of the
we want to get to that. And I don't. If you send it to me when in my trash, I'm sorry, but send it to me again. I just need your home address, and you get the amplifier. Yeah. And so we've talked to a couple vendors the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we're trying to put together trips, more trips out, so we can show you guys. Go to these facilities and show you the behind the scenes. Now that they've seen what we can show them, and you guys are interested in that stuff, which is key, you guys are interested in this stuff, you know, like, I get the complaint, oh, this stuff is made in China, or this stuff is made in that, or whatever.
We will check it out. Thank you, Matthew.
Okay, I'll see if I'll check, and if I didn't, resend it to me again.
Yeah, I'll hear for Messenger.
Or just Messenger. Yeah. If not, I'll try to find you tonight when I'm sitting at the couch.
There you go.
So
we're trying to make more shows like that.
We want to go to these facilities and show you guys what goes on, because there's a big misconception that a lot of people have about how, about how these things are done. So, like, you know, Kicker and audio control were great because those are two polar opposites. You have Kicker, which is this giant company that has I don't know, like 100 people that work for them or more, and there's all kinds of activity going on there, and there's lots of cogs in the gear that make these things happen.
Get that,
and then you look at Audio Control, which is a much smaller company, almost like a mom and pop, but as far as companies are concerned, and they're doing all kinds of neat things there too. So going out and meeting these companies and introducing, you know, because there are companies that legit, it's a warehouse, there's 4 people, 2 of them are forklift drivers, 1 of them is taking orders, and the other guy's telling the forklift drivers what to do. Those companies do exist, and that's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But we don't want to go to those companies because, I mean, don't get me wrong, if they invite us, we'll go.
Oh,
but we want to go, and we want to show you the value in buying from these companies that everyone, it's like, oh, no, there's actually people. So that's the motivation.
Thank you, Justin.
Well, we're getting plans together for you guys.
There you go.
And I wasn't even mentioning Rocker. I was just like throwing it out there that,
I was just,
you know, because we talked,
why.
you know, and there again, we want to. The more you know. We'll leave it at that. More trips to Cali so I can pick you up.
Oof, you're a
don't go on any trips to China anytime soon. You know, and I'm really bummed too, because that is on my bucket list as far as things to do. There is a company that I was talking to, and they're like, dude, we should take you over to China sometime and actually, you know, let you see how this stuff is done. And I was like, yes, you can do that.
All right, guys. If I miss any questions, I'm sorry. It's a lot of people, a lot of questions. I'm sorry.
And I'm talking about other stuff that isn't questions.
Correct.
Fly to Israel and check out Morel. Oh my God.
That would be cool.
Dude.
That would be cool.
Here's the funny part. That would be like visiting Christ. Just saying. That would be my God in the country where it all happened. So the sightseeing alone would be amazing, but just like, man. Yeah.
We don't know how much are they cost because depends of
what you're
design
gonna get done.
And what are you gonna get. So if you can contact them,
or go to their website, frostbitebox.com. And Bruce is a great guy. Love that guy. He is very helpful. It's a great company to deal with. Naturally, we're looking to do more and more with them as time goes on, because they're working on, if you follow them on Instagram, you'll see that they're working on their Dodge Ram box. So they're not the new box. We have the new box. New box is super sexy, but they're making the older box, and they're making it fiberglass bottom. The reason why they're doing that is so that we can get like different subs in the top. like some L7Ts, I'm thinking. Ooh, or maybe some multiple 6s or 8s.
I like that. I like Robert.
Scar might be up to 6 forklift drivers. Dude, right?
That's great.
Yeah, he's
right?
not wrong with that.
That's why.
Be careful, coronavirus. Yeah, I know, and that's why we're not going to China anytime
All right,
soon.
kid.
2016 Malibu.
Yep.
Okay.
Malibu, non-balls, 500 budget, suggestions. Oh, on the sub-amp combo and possibly a front speakers upgrade. 500, the P3 500.
That's gonna put you into the Rockford P300 1012, whichever
correct.
one you pick.
That's really nice subwoofer.
And then as far as speakers go, I mean, we could keep it all Rockford and go with the primes if you wanted.
I go with Punch. I'm gonna say it's gonna be around the budget.
Yeah. But that would probably be where you're gonna be at.
Yep.
What's your favorite 8-inch sub? The Orion XTR 8s that I had in my
Thank you, Matthew.
1993 Mitsubishi Eclipse in a bandpass enclosure. Those are my favorite 8-inch subs. Ever since then, I've never played with an 8-inch sub. However, with that being said, not a big 8-inch subwoofer guy. You have a P2 8-inch
I have P2
in a big ported box in your car. Sounds phenomenal. The reason why we put that in there is because we wanted to, the idea behind it that Sajeki came up with was we wanted to put a woofer in there that didn't take a ton of power.
Yep.
We can put 300 watts to it, big ported box, and we get tons of deep bass out of it. So it's pretty awesome for that. And it was very reasonably priced, didn't have to spend a lot of money to get that done.
Yep.
We originally had it powered off of half of the PBR 404, which is like 200 watts, and even that was like, oh my god, this is insane. Now, so for like a Super 8, which I'm guessing where you're going, like we have one of the Scar Audio Super 8s over in the cabinet over there, and they're freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
It just depends of what speakers you are going to do. Like Alex right here, he say, how many watts I need for 2 Kicker L7s. So Kicker hace el KX, the red line, 1600 de 1600. Ese es bueno para esas
Yeah,
dos.
asking in Spanish.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
Alpine Type R 6.5s. Go back up. What was that? It was
Alpine 6.5s. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it was or Morel Maximo 3-way Ultra 6.5 components. Morel Maximo, every time.
Ultra.
Right. It's because they're awesome. It's not just because I'm a fanboy. What did I say about Atlantic City?
If the show is open to the public, no. It's now open to the public. Sorry.
So basically what happens is we're going to all these industry shows and it really sucks because yes, it'd be neat to go. So
that would be cool if they open on the last day
we
for
don't
the
even
public.
have to have that conversation. We know there's the industry shows that we're going to, and we have to go to those this year because that's what we plan to do. And I apologize that, but as far as like non-industry shows and stuff like that, like the car shows that are cool, like that's coming up down at College Station with Mobile Toys, and Slamology up there in Indy. Yeah, we know we do want to go to those, and we'll probably put those on like next year's plan. This year we kind of planned, we planned this year back in October as far as what we were going to do and
Alex Maldonado,
what we're going to
what's
spend
up,
our
buddy?
money on. Now, DS is going to be fun. DS is definitely going to be fun. Now, as far as public shows we're going to be at SEMA. We'll probably be at SEMA all week. So, anyone that's coming out to SEMA, we'll be there in some capacity. We just don't know who we'll be with, where we'll be at, because it's still too new to figure that one out. But we're going to SEMA regardless. We might have to sleep on the curb or something, but we're going to be there. And, wave to people. What does that say? Hey, Fernando, if your car has the Molex plug in the doors and you want to replace the factory door speaker, how do you run the wires to the new speakers to bi-amp without drilling holes in the Molex plug or drilling a new hole in the door, putting a grommet in? Yeah, guess what we did? We drilled through the grommet. We drilled through the Molex plug.
The Molex plug, yes.
So
you probably can get like a repin the Molex plug, we're running 16 gauge wire to the door. So
when we were first looking at what we were gonna do in his car, and then we decided, people to talk to at SEMA. Definitely. So this is like a waterproof grommet right here.
Yep.
And how this works is you drill a hole on both sides. And then it
That's
kind of
a
like
big one
threads
right
in, and it has this cool thing. And you can get a variety bag on Amazon, which I don't know if I have a link to it on
Probably
DNF
not.
Tool Drawer. Probably
No,
not, because we've actually never used them. We
Right.
decided to go a different way.
Correct.
But this is what, when we were doing all our trying to figure out what we were going to do, this is what we came up with for if we were going to run and drill holes in the door. We were going to take the door off,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were going to drill 2 holes, just like
Yep.
we had Brian do. And that was the plan there. And they come in different sizes and whatnot. They're 100% waterproof. So that was our goal. And then we said, forget that, and we just drilled through the thing.
Yeah, we opened the door and everything, and it's like we pulled the Molex out, and it's plenty hole, so it's like plenty space. So we just drill a hole, and
Is there a
There you go.
2.5-inch speaker to match the Focal K2 6.5 and one tweeter? Yeah, they have a K2 2.5.
yes,
It's in the 3-way set.
It's in the
And the
three-way
nice thing
set.
about Focal is if you do want to go active, you can just buy the 2.5 on their. See you later, Bobby.
Bye, Bobby. Thank you.
You can buy just the. They have a like a parts store that you can buy just speakers from. So
Did you still see any band passes enclosures?
sorry, Steve. I was going to answer that early.
Yeah.
Is because he asked earlier. Is
Yeah,
band
yeah,
pass
yeah, yeah.
dead? And I'm going to say yes. I think
is.
the band pass from the 90s that we were so in love with is pretty much dead. I feel that like some of the SPL guys are doing like versions of what the modern band pass is, which is just really a horn-loaded subwoofer enclosure. I think I saw one on Instagram that somebody built like the other day. It was really weird how they built it, but I don't really see, with the long throw woofers so readily available and so nice, I really don't see the benefits of a band pass anymore. That's not to say that the idea isn't there and that you probably could, like, I know I talked to Trigillis, one of my
Yep.
mentors years ago, and he was taking and putting the skinny woofers, or truck box woofers, into band passes, because he was like, dude,
He
it's
loves
like the
the band
coolest thing in the
passes.
world. Oh, he loves band passes. Like, that's all he wants to build. But what he was doing is taking like the Pioneer subs and putting them in band passes because they were only like this big and they were tiny and he could get a lot of bass out of them. Granted, it's band pass bass. Device is off.
Device is off.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm still getting right here.
Yeah, but there's a... Okay, hang on. We're getting some... Oh, it says device is offline. Okay, it's going to catch up. We're almost catching up.
No. You're still on. You're still
Why
on.
does it say device is offline
I
then?
have no idea.
Oh, that is really weird. Okay, now it's back on.
Just still on. Never.
Okay, so it never quit, which is good. Is there ever a show on...
Is there ever a
Down my way.
show?
No. All right. So what I was saying, real quick, is that the reason why he liked to build the band passes is because he can make them really narrow and whatnot and stuff like that. But
Thank you, Christian.
I like band passes. I have 2 band passes in my living room. That's what you get for making fun of me. Ha ha ha. Oh no, I will always make fun of you. There's a company in Arizona. Hold on. Scroll.
makes
Eyes
makes
up,
a
eyes up.
loop back harness.
It makes a loopback harness that you can plug into a factory radio and the
allowed to
factory
keep it
harness,
in a wire.
which supposedly allows you to keep the original wires in the door. Oh, and the amplifier that have you heard of that process?
Airspace. Huh.
So they're making like a T harness for in the door.
Okay,
That's cool.
that is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
I would check it out. I don't know what's the company.
Send me a link.
Yeah, just send me the link and we will check it out.
Sound deadening around behind door speakers or whole door. Okay. As the resident expert sound deadener here, meaning he's the guy that does it because I don't want to do it anymore.
Alright.
That's really it. Your hands are smaller. Anyways,
Forcing me.
so behind the speaker is the important part. That's going to be the metal that vibrates right away. Okay, around the speaker, there again, important part. You know, when you just get a sheet, let's say you buy a sheet of sound treatment, all right? Cut it in half, get as much as you can behind the door, and then do around the speaker. More than likely, you're good at that point for, I'd say, the majority of what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
However, if you can do the
Thank
whole
you, Matthew.
if you can do the whole outside, that is the company Fernando. Okay, if you can do the whole outside, oh there it is.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see it. Okay,
Thank
if
you.
you can do the whole outside of the door skin, that's good because like when you tap it and go thump 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 thump, Now, it's the middle part that is weird. I believe that has to stay 100% serviceable. So I see a lot of guys that just hang a piece of sound treatment on there and it just kind of drapes over, and they tap it on very gently because they want to be able to still pull it off if they need service. I'm not down with that. I want that roadkill attached and rubbed in and just like, because I want it as rigid as possible. There again, at that point, if you want to put a second piece on to cover that hole, whatever turns you on. But what we've been spending more effort on is the actual door panel itself, because the door panels are just cheap plastic crap and rattle a lot. So you'll see us now putting a lot of, because we just got tired of hearing the buzzing sound of, even though we're using fast rings, the plastic would buzz, and it's like, oh, come on, really? So there's actually 3 parts now that you have to worry about. Okay.
All right. Hey, guys, loving the sound system. Cool.
That's phenomenal.
That's it.
That's what we like to hear.
That's what we like to hear.
It seems like everyone is making sound tender from the Knowledge Fest.
Yes,
video. Right, you saw that too, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was surprised too. It's like it's a lot of companies that now it's.
Okay,
real quick. Thoughts on the Focal black hole? It's pretty good.
There again, more sound deadening.
It's another company, exactly.
It's a bunch of guys walking around in flip-flops, getting their burnt feet on, because it's like the most stinky, disgusting stuff on the planet to make. The reason why it's so alluring...
Chris Bennett.
The reason why sound treatment is so alluring to make is that it is 100% out the door with no returns. Okay? Because you're not getting a piece back bad.
No.
So, it's great. Once it leaves, it's gone.
Done.
You made your money, you're done.
It.
So you don't have to have a return department. You don't have to deal with nothing. So, sound deadener.
Yeah.
I have a Kickers CX 1800.1 with 2 Pioneer Champion Series 1400 watt whoppers. Is the amplifier too big for the subwoofers? Ooh.
It's
that's a tough one.
What's it's 1800. I'm gonna say
that's a big amp. That's a big amp.
But also that's the Pioneer Champion Series, the old ones.
And
I know.
Okay, so when Shane was on the show from Scar, he said something that was really funny. He goes, when someone was complaining, oh, that amp's too big, or this amp is too that. It's like, okay, so for one, there's a gain control in the amplifier. So if
you are the party people.
No.
Chris Bennett.
So you have a gain control in the amplifier. So one, if you set the gain up properly, like don't do 10 dBs of overlap. Maybe, I don't know, keep it at 0 dBs of overlap. That's gonna prevent the amplifier from blowing your subs. 2, you have a subwoofer level control. You don't have to turn the amp up all the way all the time. Because he goes. Someone was complaining, oh, you put a 2,000 watt woofer on a 1,000 watt sub. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. You have a volume control. You can turn it down. Oh, well, then, not enough power on a subwoofer will blow it. No, it won't.
Not enough
because
power.
when you're playing your radio at 10
you
all day long...
underpower your sub, you're going to blow it.
yeah, it's not going to happen. Have you ever done an install in I'm guessing you mean 2015 Impala yet? Honestly, I don't remember. You guys have the cleanest installs I have ever
Thank you,
seen.
Matthew.
Thank you. Matthew, you won already. It's okay, bro.
Yeah.
Thank Chris.
Chris is
the one that supplied it, so thank
Matthew
Chris.
Right here is the winner of the audio control.
Stringfield won the amplifier last week when Matthew was on. So Matthew gave it to Matthew. That was funny.
Matthew gave it to Matthew, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. Would you recommend lizard skin as spray or roll-on stuff? I haven't used any spray and roll-on stuff in a really long time. And the problem we had back then, this was a long time ago, was that it kind of just it dropped and it pooled in the bottom of the door. So that was kind of gross. I don't know what the new stuff is. I prefer the peel and stick because it won't and go to the bottom of the door.
Alright, thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Well, thank you.
Can you install a factory GM DVD navigation system into? If you mean like into a car, if you have like one GM and you want to put it into another GM, that's possible. Sometimes you do have to reflash the radio so the serial numbers match up. But
hey,
that's
Jonathan.
Got my CDs today, Oh, cool. I think we sent those out last week, so...
Hey, that's good, man.
Yeah.
Control for the win. Yes.
I'm not kissing up. I was just giving you a hard time, Jonathan. It's all good. Good answer, Dean. Well, that works. I've seen where you guys use crossovers that came with a set of speakers and use the 608. Is there something I'm missing? Asking for. I have the same setup. Okay. Oh, did someone? Okay.
What?
Nothing. All right. Here's the deal. If you guys caught like the Instagram 5 minutes of 5-star from last week when we did the Raptor. If you didn't get to see it, don't worry. You'll catch it on the recap video Wednesday or Thursday or when the heck I release that. Now, the question is, why do we have a DM608 digital processor in there and 2 of the most gigantic passive crossovers you've ever seen in that car? Why is it like that? Why did we hook it up that way? We have a DSP, so there's no reason to have those passive crossovers. Right? No, wrong. Here's the deal. When you have channels are power. So in that case, if you looked at the amplifier, there was a 4-channel amplifier and there was a monoblock amplifier. That's 5 channels of audio. When we were putting the speakers in, we put in a set of tweeters, put in a set of mid-range, we put in a set of rear coaxials, and a subwoofer. That is 7 channels of audio. Bum, bum, bum. So what that means is that, hey, that's weird, right? No, that's just what we had to deal with. So the 4-channel amplifier went on the fronts, which would be consistent of the tweeter and the mid-range, and the rear went on the rear, and the sub went on the sub. He wanted rear fill. So the DSP is only going to give us the crossover for the mid-range, meaning it's not. We can't set it. The tweeter has to know when to stop. It can't just play all the way down. So you need a crossover for that. That's what the passive crossover is doing. The passive crossover is telling the tweeter, it's giving it the bottom for the tweeter and the top for the mid-range. All right? And then the DM608 is providing the bottom for the mid-range. That's what it's doing. Just because we have a DSP and all the power that's there, that doesn't mean it's doing everything. It can't in this situation. Now, it's an 8-channel DSP, so if he wanted to, he could have got another 2-channel amplifier, and yes, we could have gone full active with it. It probably would have taken up just as much room, because those crossovers were this big.
No, that big.
Yeah, they were huge. So that's what's going on there. So just because you have a DSP doesn't mean you get to do all the cool things you want with it. There again, factory does the same thing. So like if you buy a German car and it's got a 3-way active set up front where it's got a tweeter, mid-range, and a mid-bass, guess what? The tweeter and the mid-bass are on one channel. The tweeter and the mid-range are on one channel. The mid-bass is on a second channel. There's 2 audios. There's 3 speakers there, but there's 2 channels of audio feeding it because there's a passive crossover between the mid-range and the tweeter. It's common practice. Home audio. Ooh, let's not even go there, but let's go there, shall we? So if you have a big set of home audio towers where you got a tweeter, mid-range, mid-bass, subwoofer, 4-way passive system. Okay, so somewhere in there is a giant crossover. And what are you feeding it with? 5.1 surround with multi-layers of equalization and all kinds of fun and excitement. It somehow manages to sound fine. Crazy. It's very, very weird.
Okay, how do
so that's what it's doing. Okay.
How do you set the crossovers on the P312 or 10? Normally,
so
yeah, 90% of the install, and when we
these
do
are
that,
made up. These are made up numbers, by the way. When we say 90%, 50%, these are totally fake numbers.
Well, I'm just saying.
In
general, we leave everything off. Like,
so
everything
all the way down.
Everything
so
down. Yeah.
50 hertz. Sometimes we'll go up to 80. Just depends on who's using it, what's going to play.
It depends.
The punch EQ all the way down. Gain all the way down.
Yeah. But normally, just keep it all the way down.
And you'll
hear
never
it,
blow it up.
See how See how it sounds.
Passive overs are even cooler when they are bigger than the amp. I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, they were definitely sexy. I mean, it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, look at that.
Andy's crossovers are.
Oh my gosh, if you want to see some, you should see some audio fraud crossovers. The attenuation on the tweeter is like, I think it's like 12 dBs of attenuation for the tweeter. So, I mean, you might as well be active. It's crazy. It's a giant knob in the center of it. It's glass on the back.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
So sexy. SPL all the way up, baby. Go easy, Mel.
Yeah. Which DSP do you recommend for 2019 Cherokee with 6 speakers and 1 sub?
Oh, the Cherokee.
Cherokee 2019.
So the Cherokee is one of those oddballs that the Amp Pro doesn't work on unless it has the premium sound system. So if it has the premium sound Boston Acoustic badged sound system, so if it says like Alpine or Bang, whatever, if it's a badged audio system, you want an Amp Pro. Plain and simple, get an Amp Pro, go to pack-audio.com, get the Amp Pro. Now if it's a non-badged system, the Cherokee is one of those odd ones that no matter, you can't flash it to do an Amp Pro like you can on like the Ram. We filmed a cool video on that. Glass is only, the G. Yes. Well, those are the only crossovers we've seen.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know, duh. No premium.
Non-premium.
So if it's a non-premium sound system, then what you're going to get is the, could you grab the LGDs? They're behind the LC2i over there. Get the ones that we need for non-amplified.
The green ones.
The green ones. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, let's bring both.
Whatever turns you on. I'm not going to tell you no. So you're going to want to get these first off. These are the LGD greens. And what these are going to do is these are the load resistors / global network that you need in order to wake the factory system back up. As we said, the Cherokee is one of the only cars that we can't fool it into thinking it's an amplified system. So once you add these in, then these are going to go off to your DSP of choice. Whichever DSP you want to use, you use that. There again, you have to, I find it weird that there isn't an amplifier if it has a subwoofer. That's what's kind of strange. Because like the only ones that we've had in that are base models don't have the factory subwoofer. They have a location for it, but there's no subwoofer in there. But these are what you want, and then you can go off to your DSP, and everything is wonderful.
All right, I have a 2019 Ram Classic bass radio.
Yeah.
I have a Kicker Key Coming Pioneer 6x9 components, 100 RMS up front. Oops. Should I buy the Pioneers or
Run rear doors.
run rear doors?
I buy amp.
Okay.
I would buy amp. Totally buy amp the amp. At first, like in Haley's, we have that run as a front rear, and it's cool, and it sounds good. But then we started doing them buy amp just to see, like, I will add some. Well, there you go, that's fine. But yeah, get these. Get these. That'll make your life real easy. Go off to a DSP. Or just go to a DSP amp. Anyways, so we started by amping them just because it's like, it'll do it. Let's see if it'll do it. And we're really pleased with the performance we get out of it. Lots of power, awesome soundstage. You won't be sad. I would definitely do that. Can LC2i Pro work on a 4-channel amp? Yes! Yeah. So the I moved it over here. I'll get it.
Oh, really? You moved it over?
I moved it over here.
Why?
Because I got tired of trying to remember what drawer you put it in.
Oh, that's right.
So the LC2i Pro, this is why Audio Control sends us these things, so we can show you guys. It has one input. So you're going to go front, high level into it over here on this side, and then you have dual outputs here. So you have a main output, which is full frequency, whatever it's being fed. So if you're feeding it a full range frequency, you're going to get a full range frequency out. And then you have the sub output, which has the Acubase and all those things. Now, the nice thing about the LC2i is that this is already built into it, so you don't have to worry about it. Actually, this, and the blue ones are already built into this, so you don't have to worry about it. But yes, this will feed a 4-channel amplifier if 2 of the channels are going to be sub and 2 of the channels are going to be main. Now, if you're thinking 4-channel in the sense that you want to do front rear sub, no, this won't do that. If you want to keep your front to rear action, or if there's anything happening in the rear. So one of the first things we do when we have to use some form of high level to integrate into a car is we make sure that there is no backup sensors or any noise coming out of the rear speakers that needs to be retained in the car. If there is, well, there you go. That's not going to work. You're going to go to LC7i and everyone's going to be happy. There you go. Yep. Do you need an LC7i if you install an audio control? It's going to be an LC or a D 4.800. And the answer to that is no. You don't need anything.
It's built in into the 4.800.
So the LC is called LC because it has the LC built into it. The D is called a D because it has the digital processor built into it. Both of them, however, have an LC7i built into it for fully functionality. What makes the D 4.800 either one of the 4.800s unique is that it has 6 channels of audio in as opposed to, I'm sorry, it has 8 channels of audio in. 6 channels, 4 channels, so it has an extra channel. So it has 6 channels of audio in. And the reason why they did that is if you're putting in a car that has active front stage, you can run the tweeter wires in, you can run the mid-range wires in, and on the LC there's a gain mixer, and on the D there's a slider in the software. So it makes it really nice. It's really cool, and yes, it's awesome.
Alright. What will it cost a DD1 to show clipping?
With gains all the way down, 220 silver. That's it. Okay. Funny you should ask. This is one of the topics we talked about with Brian Miller on the show on Saturday.
Brian Mitchell.
Why did I say Miller? Jesus. I called him that once too because, because we know Brian Miller and Brian Mitchell. Anyways, so one of the things you were talking about is, okay, if you're using a factory radio, this is where DD1 is going to fall flat. Okay, when you're just doing a 1000 hertz test tone or a 40 hertz test tone, you really need to play a sine sweep and see what the heck is going on. So you need to do 1000 hertz, you need to do 2000 hertz, you need to do 1.6 thousand hertz. Okay, because guarantee what's happening is there is an EQ curve coming out of that factory radio, and that if there's a down point at 1000 hertz, and you go, oh man, I'm not getting any clip, turn them gains up. Well, if the EQ curve looks like this, and you have a dip at 1000 hertz, and let's say it's a 3 dB dip, and you're like, I'm going to put 6 dBs of gain or 5 dBs of gain here.
Just turn it up a little more.
Okay, a little more.
Just
well,
a little bit more.
Now everything that isn't dipped is going to be like through the freaking roof.
Yes.
So that's how you blow speakers. So the DD1 is an awesome tool if you're using something like a aftermarket radio, but if you're not, you need to do sine sweeps. You need to play more frequencies to figure out where that is actually distorting at.
And now, I just want to say thank you to Joe from Japan that he sent us this. Pretty cool.
Those are really cool.
It's just really cool, man.
Inputs
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
What should I use? 9-wire or new speaker wire? I'm using the Kicker IQ 4-channel amp and the Kicker Q components and coaxial speakers, and now I'm using LCQ LCQ6i on my stock radio.
Huh?
Why do we need the LCQ6?
Should I use a 9-wire in the speaker?
I mean, I would use the 9-wire. I love using 9-wire. We use the hell out of it, so I don't see any reason why not.
Okay, so it's just the amplifier he's using.
Yeah.
I know. No, that's fine.
Who makes a T harness that will bypass my Bose amp and my Cadillac CTS? There again. I was asked this question. I know, that's the blown away from Maxell tape. Google search amplifier bypass harness. It's going to take you to something from Metra. Metra has a whole page of random GM parts for bypassing factory amplifiers that they don't put into the regular catalog because they're oddballs. That would be the place I'd start. There again, you want to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
To see which the harness matches. So without the harness, it's like no one's going to have like a glossary of what works in your car. You're going to physically have to go to the amp, take a picture of it, and then find the harness that works for it. And you may still have to repin it. So
exactly.
Your thoughts on Scar Audio, guys?
If you want it loud,
yeah,
Scar Audio, man.
I mean, we've had this conversation where we say, if you're going to buy the RP amps, don't run them at 1 ohm, run them at 2 ohm, and somebody always chimes in and says, I've been running mine at 2 ohm forever. Yeah, good for you.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Hey, that's fine. I just don't want to
awesome Max. I know, right? We can't read anything, but the pictures are cool. It's all in Japanese. Anyways, back to the Scar thing. We sell a ton of, well, we use the caddy. Answer at it, he might know. We sell a ton of the Scar Audio stuff. A lot of it just goes out the door. Consumers install it all on their own. It's stuff. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's awesome. It's whatever you want it to be. It's priced right. It's loud. I got nothing. We've done cars with it, and we've like, wow, that sounds great. We've done cars with them, and we're like, And then guys will come in, and they'll just be like, and I'll be like, dude, that sounds wonderful. Oh my God. Yep. So.
See, we never work with this company, Wolfram. Yeah,
I never.
So I'm not gonna say nothing about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Not. We carry his car. DD Audio the same way. We don't.
Why do I keep doing that? It's
I don't
driving
know,
me
but
crazy.
everything's working fine.
Okay.
So yeah, man. I mean, that's
Is
it.
there a timetable for release of the 10-inch floating screen for Pioneer? There's always a timetable, and I believe it's somewhere after April, somewhere in the summertime.
I like that one.
What?
You can use your phone, camera, and Google Translate on magazine. That's pretty.
Oh,
cool.
you can?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I
Ooh.
like it.
Ooh, I'm gonna do that. That's a lot of work, but I'm still gonna try it.
Yeah.
What will be a good frequency for the Kicker KS 6x9s or 6 1/4? There again, when we're setting up a crossover, we always start at 80 hertz, and that's it. So we automatically, everything gets preset to what we feel is 80 hertz, and then from there we kind of move up, kind of move down. That's all we do. So it's just depends.
There you go. I didn't know about, and that's good.
Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to play with any of that
No?
stuff yet.
Yep.
Yeah, I know, right? Whoo, holy cow.
And it's been
Oh yeah, what?
4 minutes.
4 minutes for what? Till we get to leave?
To
Till we get to go on and have
Yes.
fun? I gotta go home and run. Would you agree that today's audio equipment is a lot better than the old stuff and is reasonably priced compared to the old stuff? Yes and no. Reasonably priced compared to the old stuff?
Original price, really?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the price has changed much. I think it has.
It's reasonable.
It depends what you consider reasonable. Okay, so all right, so if we're talking about like Scar Audio, okay, so I can pick up a 1500 watt amplifier for a reasonable amount of money. Look at the 225 HCCA over there on the wall. Back when that was new, it was $350. Okay, non-DSP, 2x25 watt amp.
2x25.
2x25. Granted, when you did all its magic and whatever, it was 400 watts. 400 watts for $350. Okay. But it's a premium handmade amplifier in the United States.
Yep.
Okay, that's what that was.
Yep.
Back then, there was nothing like that. You had precision power. All the amplifiers played on the same table, so they're all about that Punch 45. I believe all of them had that size amplifier.
Yeah.
So it was $350. Now, you go buy a 400 watt, $350 amplifier right now. Okay. Yeah, you're going to get an awesome amplifier. But if you go out and buy a $200 or $1,500 watt amplifier,
I'm gonna say it's just the quality.
D,
it's just the quality of the product that you get, that you're paying for.
I am more excited now about the audio equipment that we have out that we can play with, and that I feel we're doing. I feel what we have now is a lot better than what we had back then. There's no question about it. I like the stuff we have now. I like the technology that we get to play with. It's very kid in a candy store for me when I look back at what I had to deal with back in the 90s, back in the early 2000s, and what I have now that I get to deal with. It is way cooler.
Yeah.
It's way cooler. But the other thing, too, that I keep in mind is that the money, like being in sales as far as like selling this stuff, most people even back then had like $2,000 to $2,500 to spend, and for the most part today it's very similar to that. I mean, yeah, sure, we get more people that are above that just because the economy is doing pretty good right now, but it's always been the same amount of money. So back then you bought a Macintosh amp that was 4x50 and it was $900 for a 4x50 watt amplifier. So $900 today is going to get you something that's maybe like a 5-channel with a DSP in it. So is it a better product? Sure. Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
But that's that. Great question. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of the show.
Yep.
Hot dang, it's been a Monday. Woo!
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. So what that means is that DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can find all the cool tools that we use to do our installations. Teespring/store/5stars where you can pick up shirts that don't look like these, but do you even zip tie, bro? It's an awesome shirt. You should definitely go check that out.
That's right.
Because, hey, we all love zip ties, and apparently I use a lot of them, or so people constantly tell me. I don't know. We're on Patreon if you want to support us there. We thank all the Patreons for, putting up with us and deciding they want to give us money. I like that a lot. You guys are the best. Having a phone and mapping and not... That's nice.
Yep.
Totally agree. Like I said, the technology now is way cooler than it was back then. All I wanted to do was play all my CDs with me, and now I have all my CDs with me. So hot dang. Oh, yeah, by the way, we did this on the Glowforge the other night.
It's backwards.
Yeah, so we did that on the Glowforge. So we this is the Apple leather case. We burned it in way too deep because now it's suede. But it was a lot of fun. And I hate this case, so I didn't feel bad about it. Don't get yellow. Oh my god, it's so disgusting. Hey, that's it. Join us daily on 5 Minutes with 5 Star on Instagram.
That's right.
It's not 5 minutes, but we're there every day for the most part, so definitely check us out there. If you missed those, don't worry, we do a recap show.
That's right, on YouTube.
It's more
Hey,
content,
check it
right?
Yep.
And if you missed this one and you're listening to it now, you're probably listening to it on YouTube, which is where we hang out most of the time.
That's right.
I don't know why I'm still talking. You guys have a wonderful night. We'll catch you later. We'll back. Yeah, bye.
Bye.